Well done on the film. I really enjoyed The Lone Ranger.
Cool.
I've got two questions. First one's to Johnny. Johnny, can you give us, I love the quirky Tonto. Can you give us a feel of your research, what you did in terms of embodying Tonto, and kind of what inspired you? And the second question to everyone, and you inspire a lot of filmmakers both in front of the camera and behind the camera. Who were your big idols growing up to everyone, and who inspired you?
Let's see. What was the first question?
Who inspired you?
Because the second one's so much easier.
Yeah. Just answer that one then, go for it.
Yeah, Marlon Brando.
Marlon
Brando, I think, was probably the greatest influence on the majority of actors, 98% of actors throughout the world, from about 1948 on. And it was no mistake. He revolutionized acting. So Marlon Brando. And then the other part of the question was...
Is playing, embodying Tonto. You're very quite quirky. What research did you do playing in that? Who inspired you? What inspired you?
Well, I'll tell you, what inspired me really was to try, as I said, to try to, at least, attempt to get a couple of shots in on the dragon that, attempting to slay the dragon of the cliche of the Native American as, first of all, as a savage or as lesser than the white man or as in this particular case, the sidekick of the Lone Ranger, of the cowboy. So that was, and to portray what they call themselves, what they were called before Columbus made his, faulty remark that he thought he landed in India and named them Indians. They were called the human beings, and so it was, that's how they should be represented, as a great culture, a great people with unbelievable humor. If you think Tonto was eccentric, spend some time in. They're funny people, man.
Okay, Jen. Sorry.
Yeah.
Did anyone else like to answer the other question about inspiration?
Idols?
Go.
Idols?
Yeah.
Inspiration.
It's very hard to say one name. Being here in London, I would say Joseph Losey, maybe. Just what he did with Pinter was pretty extraordinary in terms of the spaces between the words. I don't know, but every day it'll be a different answer. Tom?
Yes, it is a different answer. Every day it's a different answer. I can tell you what inspired me to say yes to being in this movie, which was that the Western is about my favorite genre, and at the top of my list of Westerns, in fact, very near the top of my list of all-time great films, is The Wild Bunch by Sam Peckinpah. So there's something about that energy that inspired me, it led me to say yes indeed, to Gore Verbinski when he asked me to be in this one. So Sam Peckinpah, good guy.
Good.
I'm going to move on to some other questions, if that's okay. Gentleman in the purple shirt, please.
Mr. Depp and Mr. Bruckheimer and Gore as well. You created a great character, obviously, for Disney before with Jack Sparrow. But you spoke at the time that there was a bit of worry from the studio about what you were doing. Now that you gave them this great success, was there a lot more trust coming into it? It was sort of you go away and bring us back Tonto. And also, just picking up on the last point you made, can you tell us about the time you spent with the Native American community?
Sure. Well, certainly when we did Pirates of the Caribbean 1, I was probably as close to being, or at least they wanted to fire me so bad they could taste it, and when I spoke to one of the executives at the time, I said, "You're right. You should fire me, but you'll have to pay me for my time." And yeah, it was something. It was something that they couldn't quite figure out or get a handle on. They didn't know what to do or how to market that character, and wanted to put subtitles and all that stuff. When you take part in something like that, and then at the time it was nothing particularly new for me. I've always done the same. I've always approached the characters the same way. Captain Jack just happened to, I don't know, got a little more attention, and then what happens is, as we were talking, the character, images of the character start to come to you. You find these things, you put them together, and then so Tonto for me was. It was sort of an opportunity to. I'd seen this image of a warrior with stripes down his face, 4 stripes, black bars down his face, and to me it looked like as if you were dissecting the man, in quarters, and so there was the damaged child on this side, and here was the great warrior, and here was the sort of eccentric. Do you know what I'm saying? So that was the sort of inspiration of the character, and it's one of those things. You get away with it, or you don't. And I feel like my intention was good with the character, and so I feel happy with it.
Can I bring in Army just in terms of the relationship between the 2 main characters and that comedy and the chemistry that's there between the pair of you? There's only so much that can be written down, and only so much that can be scripted. Was that kind of evident straight away between the pair of you, that there was this great timing and great?
Yeah, I think kind of off the bat there was a bit of like a. I think I like you. Yeah. I think I like you too. It's going to be a lot of fun. From there, it just got more and more fun to the point where I remember several days, in fact, pretty much almost every day, just go, guys, shut up. Okay, just say the lines. We have to get this done before the sun goes behind that mountain. And we just ended up all kind of having a great time on set. Each and every one of us were having a blast, having probably one of the most fun experiences of our lifetime. And I think it really carries over, and I think the audience picks it up. I think that's why the movie feels so fun.
Yeah.